Alrighty, so we're recording now and we are all on slide 1. This is all about systems of equations. So we're back to equations now. There won't be the shading and the inequalities like yesterday in today's problems. Today's will just be lines intersecting each other. The thing that's the challenge today is we got to come up with the equations of the lines to go with these word problems. So after we complete our slides today, you should be good to go to do the homework. The homework is 5 questions that is pretty much just like these slides in Desmos. So let's get started. All right, for slide number 1, it says use the calculator if you need to. Oh, we're not going to solve by substitution. We're going to solve by graphing for us. So don't worry about that. You ride an express bus from the center of town to your street. You have 2 payment options. Option A is to buy a monthly pass and pay $2 per ride. Option B is to pay $4.50 per ride. A monthly pass costs $50. All right, so let's take a look at what we have to solve here. We need to come up with, yeah, very good. Some of you have already started typing like the Y. We definitely need a Y. So let's think about this. Y equals, all right, option A, monthly pass and pay $2 per ride. So every time you need to take the bus, for option A, it's going to cost you $2 plus the monthly pass. Buy a monthly pass and pay $2 per ride. All right, so $2 per ride. Yeah, good. I see the 2. So it's going to be 2x because you got to get the x in there in order to multiply it by 2. The x represents how many times you take the bus. So you take it 1 time, 2 times 1. Take the bus 2 times, 2 times 2, and so forth. You got to buy the monthly pass, though, with that option. Option A is to buy a monthly pass and pay $2 per ride. So we got to tack on the price for the monthly pass, all right? So that's going to be plus $50. Go ahead and graph that. All right, good. Option B is to pay $4.50 per ride. Option B is not making you pay for a monthly pass. Option B is just pay the $4.50 every time you're going to take the bus, and that's it. No monthly pass. So for that one, you're going to say Y equals $4.50 X. Okay. You don't put the plus 50 on that one because you're not buying the monthly pass for option B, only option A. So now you need to come up with the solution. So this is a review of what we talked about on Tuesday, just with word problems. And go ahead and type your answer in and hit submit. And I'll see what you got here. What is the solution? Where is the solution? Good. All right. Good. Good. Okay, so from what I'm seeing, people starting to type right here, that spot right there, you're totally correct if you got that spot right there, where the 2 lines intersect. That's the solution. So this would be 20 comma 90. Now, what does that represent? Well, the x is how many times you ride the bus. The y value is how much it's going to cost you. And so there's a little hint right here. See down here on the x-axis says number of rides. So your x-coordinate represents how many times you ride the bus. And over here on the y-axis, it says monthly cost. That's your y-coordinate, is how much it costs you. So at this point right here, the solution, what's happening there? Well, both options cost 90 bucks at that point. So you could say at 20 rides, both options cost $90. Okay. Now, some of you went a little extra, which is awesome, and you noticed some things about this graph. Like up in the beginning, your red line is option A. At the beginning, when you're not riding the bus very much, option A is more expensive than option B because they make you pay that 50 bucks at the beginning. But then once you get to 20 rides, they equal each other. After that, after you ride the bus 20 times, option A actually ends up saving you money. It's below the other line. So option B, which is the green line, that one ends up being more expensive, which I saw that some of you are writing that. So just so that to like make this seem realistic, if you're the type of person that's going to take the bus a lot, you pay the monthly pass and go with option A. If you don't ride the bus that much, then you could probably get away with option B and not have to spend that much money. So, all right, I'll submit mine and let's go on to slide 2. All righty, so we're going to do this graphically again. When you're ready, move to slide 2. All right. Okie doke. So, two sisters have decided to watch all the episodes of a popular TV show on DVD. Jill has already watched 5 episodes and will continue to watch the show at a rate of 2 episodes per day. Erica, who hasn't seen the show yet, will start watching 3 episodes per day. Once the two sisters get to the point where they have watched the same number of episodes, they plan to finish the series together. All right, so here we go. We need to write an equation for Jill. So you're going to say y equals, Jill already has 5 episodes watched. And then after that, she's going to start watching 2 episodes a day. So we need to say 2x for 2 episodes every day, plus the 5 that she already started with. That's going to give you the total number of episodes that she's watched over a period of time. Okay? Good. All right, now, Erica. Erica hasn't watched anything yet. She's just going to start right off the bat and watch 3 episodes a day. So for her equation, and I see a lot of you have it already. Very good, very good. Y equals 3x. Perfect. Good. So the question is, when are they going to be able to start watching the shows together? Like, when are they finally going to both be at the same point in the show where they can watch the episodes together? So that's this spot right here where they intersect. Go ahead and type your answer in the box and explain it in your own words. Good. I see a lot of people have the solution. Now, after you type the solution, tell me in your own words what that means. So what does the 5 mean? In this solution, what is the 5? It's the x coordinate. Type what that 5 stands for. What is, all right, good. I see a couple of people putting it down. All right, so don't worry about the grammar, guys. Say it however you need to. So we could say at 5 days or after 5 days, both sisters will have watched. All right, so that's where the 15 comes in. The y coordinate is the number of episodes they've watched. So at 5 days or after 5 days or however you want to say that, both sisters will have watched 15 episodes. So then they can start watching episode 16 together. And that's a good answer. Good, very good. Nice, good job. Alrighty, once you finish typing your answer in your own words, go ahead and move to slide 3. All right, so we're going to graph these. Now we need to choose between 2 towing companies. Auto Shop charges $15 to come pick you up, plus 50 cents a mile to tow your car to the garage. Benny's Wrecker Service charges $10 to come pick you up, plus 75 cents a mile to tow you to the garage. So we need to come up with equations for both of these. So once again, we'll start with y equals. So let's do Auto Shop first. They're going to charge you 15 bucks right off the bat, plus they're going to charge you 50 cents every mile. So good. I see lots of typing going on here. So 0.50x. So like every mile, it's another 50 cents, right? Plus, good gracious, $15 just to come get you. So plus 15. Nice. All right, now Benny's Wrecker Service. They're only going to charge you $10 to come get you, but they're going to charge you 75 cents a mile. So y equals 0.75x plus 10 bucks, right? 10. Okay. All right. Now in the box, write your solution and tell me what it means in your own words. Remember, down here on the x-axis, they give you what each thing stands for. Number of miles is the x, and total cost is the y. Okay, I see a lot of people have the solution. That's good. Now we just have to write it in your own words. So I agree with 20, 25. Excellent. Nice job. Let me see. We have like Miriam. Good job. Stefan. Good job. Andre. Good. Andre, at 20 miles, what would that cost be? If it's the same, what would it be? Good, Miriam's got it, Stefan's got it, good. It would be $25. Yeah, that's exactly what that means. So if we wanted to analyze this further, if you only have to go 20 miles, like if the garage is only 20 miles away from where your car broke down, I would go with, which one is this? I would go with Benny's Wrecker Service because they're cheaper. If you're gonna have to tow your vehicle farther than 20 miles, then it's actually cheaper to go with Auto Shop. So, good. All right, and I'll hit submit. Once you have that, go ahead and move to slide 4. All right, very good. Okay, so now it's a cab company. The yellow cab company charges 25 cents a mile, but it costs $5 to get in the cab. Express Cab charges no fee to get in the cab, but they charge you $1.50 a mile for the ride. We need to write an equation for each. So let's go ahead. Good. A lot of you got the pattern now. You're getting good at these. So y equals 25 cents a mile. So 0.25x plus $5 just to get in the car. Good. Now we need the one for Express Cab. Express Cab charges no fee to get in the cab, but $1.50 a mile. So y equals $1.50 times x. Good. Okay. Find the solution and write what your solution means in your own words.
We need software only, last name F. Please report to the auditorium. All sophomores, last name F. Thank you.
All right, nice job. Very good. Yeah, at 4 miles, it's going to cost the same. So yeah, 4,6 at 4 miles, both cab companies will cost the same, and that cost is $6. Very good. All righty, once you're ready, move on to slide 5. All right, this one start to get a little weird. Okay, because we have a fraction. So, but that's okay. It's just we just need to be careful. So Ashley and Emma are reading the same article. Ashley is on page 1 of the article, but she can read a page every minute. Okay. Emma is already on page 5, but reads a page every 3 minutes. So 1 page every 3 minutes. So we got to be careful. It gives us a little hint with how we should write the slope. So the first one would be y equals, she's reading 1 page per minute. So that's like 1x or just x plus, now she actually is on page 1. So I'm going to say plus 1. Some people may argue that page 1 means that she's just starting the article. So we'll just put a 1 there just to be consistent. You could technically argue and I guess put 0 there if she's on page 1. We don't know if she's finished page 1 or what, but that's okay. So 1x plus 1. Emma is already on page 5 and she reads a little slower. She reads 1 page every 3 minutes. So, did I say days earlier? I hope I didn't. But anyway, 1 page every 3 minutes. So that's going to be 1/3 x, put the x over on the side. And then, but she's already on page 5, so she's got a little bit of a head start. So plus 5. Okay. So when you do your 1/3 x, make sure your x is over to the side, like arrow over. Otherwise, it's going to put it in the denominator, and that's a completely different graph. You're going to get like a curvy graph. That's called a rational function. We don't want that. We want just a linear function. So make sure your x is always off to the side. Otherwise, it won't graph it the way you want to. After you have both of your lines graphed, which looks like we're getting them going here. They look good, guys. 1/3, and then arrow over and put the x. There you go, good. We want it to be plus 5 because she's on page 5 already. So make sure you have a plus 5, not a minus 5. So 1/3 x plus 5. I see a couple of minus 5, so make sure you fix that. All right, good. Yeah. So the solution, a lot of you've got that, is 6,7. And so let's see, the 6x is the number of minutes, and y is the number of pages. So let's see here, at 6 minutes, both girls will, let's see, 7 will have read 7 pages. I suppose we could say they would be on page 7. You could say that too. On page 7. Nice, very good. They'll be on the same page, right? That's a good way to say it too. That way we don't have to like go back and forth between that. All right, go ahead, hit submit, and once you have that, move to slide 6. Oh, hot dogs, nice. All right, David and James are at the famous Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Championships of the world in New York on the 4th of July. Hey, did you guys know that one of our teachers here at the high school, Mr. Breeden, he like participates in this Nathan's hot dog contest every year, and he came in, I think he came in 2nd place again this year. I think last year he was also 2nd place, but like for real, you guys, like they televise it on ESPN on the 4th of July where all these guys are like eating as many hot dogs as possible. They do a women's one too, so that's interesting to watch too. But Mr. Breeden here at the high school, he teaches computers, Hornet Tech down here in the basement. He actually is like one of the guys that participates. It's really cool. And you might know this already, but if you don't, he has a YouTube channel. And this is like shameless plug here for Mr. Breeden, but I actually subscribe to his YouTube channel. You guys got to check it out. It's called Darren Eats. Darron, and then Eats, like EATS. And he does these challenges like all over the place. Like he travels all over the place. He even goes back to like Japan, and his family over there. But like he does eating challenges all over the world, all over the country. And like It's amazing to see how much food this guy can put away. And so right here in Orange County. So check him out. Okay, he should totally pay me royalties for like advertising for him, but it's pretty cool. All right, anyway, back to the problem, right? So David was late starting. So James already had 6 hot dogs before David started eating. James already had 6 hot dogs. Okay, so we need to remember that. James has a head start with 6. From then on, James ate a hot dog every 2 minutes, while David stuffed 1 1/4 hot dogs a minute. All right, okay, let's try this. I see some typing. I see y'all putting stuff in, so let's do it. So y equals, well, if we're doing the equation for James, that's the one where he has a head start there. He's already got 6 hot dogs. He eats 1 hot dog every 2 minutes. So be careful with that, okay? It's 1 hot dog every 2 minutes. So it's going to be 1/2 x. Like if you eat 1 hot dog in 2 minutes, that means you're eating half of a hot dog in 1 minute. Okay, so that's why it's 1/2. Don't put 2x because that would mean he's eating 2 hot dogs every minute. He's not eating them that fast. All right, plus 6 because he had a head start. Good. All right, the next equation, right? The equation for David. David got there late, so he doesn't have like any kind of like hot dogs. He's just eating them 1 1/4 hot dogs a minute. So 1 1/4, if we write that as a mixed, well, it's a mixed number right now. If we write it as an improper fraction, you would do 4 times 1, which is 4, plus 1, which is 5. So that would be 5/4 x.
At this time, we need Junior, last name F, to report to the auditorium. All juniors, last name F, please report to the auditorium.
Okay, so find the solution and type what it means in your own words. What do we got here? Looks like 8,10. Yeah, good. Good, nice job. Very nicely said, good. At 8 minutes, they will have both eaten 10 hot dogs. Can you imagine eating 10 hot dogs in 8 minutes? That's, whew, I can't even imagine eating 10 hot dogs. I think I'd be a little sick of hot dogs after a while. All right. Okay, cool. Move to slide 7. Oh, goodness. All right, what's going on here? Santa's elves are hard at work. Oh, I see, like maybe we need like a minute. Okay, go ahead. Everybody move to slide 7. Okay, Santa's elves are hard at work, and December, of course, is their busiest month. 4 of Santa's elves are competing for the Elf of the Year award, which is given to the elf who has the most completed toys by Christmas Eve. Alex, slow and steady McElf, had 13 toys made to begin the month and makes 1 new toy every 4 days. So I'm going to stop right there. Let's do the equation for Alex. So it's going to be y equals, he starts out with 13 toys. He makes 1 new toy every 4 days. one new toy every 4 days. So that means that his slope for this equation is 1/4 x. One toy every 4 days. We don't want to say 4x because that would be like 4 toys a day. That'd be crazy fast. He did have a head start though. He had 13 toys to begin with. So put plus 13. Good. All right. The next one. Cramden, up all night elfman, works 24 hours all day and night and manages 2 new toys every 3 days. He began the month in 3rd place with 8 toys made. Okay, so we are going to do an equation for him. So Cramden, they give us a whole bunch of information about how he works really hard, but the important part is that he manages to 2 new toys every 3 days. 2 toys every 3 days. So 2/3 x. He did start out the month with some toys already made, and that was 8. So we're going to say plus 8. All right, good. So normally that would be the end, but we've got one more elf to talk about here. And so this one, Duke, the maniac, selfish, elfish, that's cute, started the month with the most toys made, 17 toys. But the evil elf has been smuggling them out of the shop to sell on eBay at a rate of 1 every 3 days. So he's actually taking toys out of the shop and like sending them to eBay. He's taking away toys that are in the shop. So if he's taking away, that means he has to have a negative slope. Okay, it's 1 toy, 1 every 3 days. So that's going to be a negative 1/3 x. But he did start out with 17 toys to begin with, so we're going to do plus 17. Well, this is kind of a crazy situation. You got all these lines. So let's see here. Let's make sure we know what color is what. So the red line is Alex. The green line is Cramden. And the black line is Duke. So the question here is a little bit more involved because it's not just the solution. It's on what day will Duke no longer be in first place? When do you think Duke won't be in first place anymore? Duke is the black line. When is that black line no longer going to be above, right? First place would mean he'd have to be the highest. When will that no longer be? When will he no longer be in first place? Type your answer when you have an idea. Okay, so let's like analyze this. So this black line is Duke. I'm seeing like I'm seeing 3 different answers. So we better talk about this. Or maybe that's all good, but everybody's explaining it in a different way. So Duke is the black line. So right now, Duke, if I click on that right there, 17, he starts the month out at 17 toys. So he's totally in the lead. But what happens? He's like selling them. He's giving them to eBay. So his number of toys is going down. But he's still in first place because the other guys haven't made enough toys, like haven't made more toys than what he's got. So when we get to this first point of intersection, that's when he and Alex have the same number of toys. So he's no longer in first place. They're like tied at that point. So that's going to be, and I see that, I see a couple people have it. That's actually going to be on, well, if we round up, it would be on day 7. So good job, Xing Tong Yao. Good job. Day 7. You were right. So on day 7, I'm just going to leave it like that. Oops. Okay. Now the last one here. On what day will Cramden Up All Night Elfman be in first place? So Cramden was the red line. No, I'm sorry. Cramden was the green line. So when is he going to finally be in first place? Well, that means you have to look at the graph and see when his graph is higher than all the other graphs, because that means he'll have the most toys. So it looks like at this point of intersection, he matches, he's equal to Alex. So when will he have more toys? It would be like after that point. And that would be after day 12. Yeah. If you said day 12, you would be fine because, well, technically they're tied at that point. So, good. All right, we got a few left. Let's move to slide 8. All right, now, slide 8 is going to be very similar to some of the problems that you have on your homework. So you might want to like make a note or jot these down on paper just so that you remember, or take a screenshot of your Chromebook, whatever you want to do. But these are going to be super close to what your homework looks like, okay? So Wolfrich lived in Portugal and Brazil for a total period of 14 months in order to learn Portuguese. He learned an average of 130 new words per month when he lived in Portugal, and an average of 150 new words per month when he lived in Brazil. In total, he learned 1,920 new words. So that's a lot going on there. So he lived, we'll go back to the beginning. He lived in Portugal and Brazil for a total of 14 months. So some of the time he was in Portugal, we'll call that X. Some of the time he was in Brazil, we'll call that Y. And when you put both of those together, it's going to total 14 months, okay? So down here, let's jump down to this one. Since I just talked about it, we might as well write it down. Write the equation for the total number of months. So
At this time, we need all students with last names T, U, and C to please report to the auditorium. All students, last names T, U, and C, please report to the auditorium.
alrighty, so X represents how many months he was in Portugal. Y represents how many months he was in Brazil. So X plus Y equals the total number of months that he was in those countries. So X plus Y equals 14. Now we need to jump back up to the line above that and now create an equation for the total number of words, okay? So it's going to kind of follow the same pattern of the other equation, only we have to put in, well, the total number of words, and then we also have to put in his rate of learning new words, like how fast he was learning new words. So it says up here, he learned 130 new words per month when he was in Portugal. So you would type 130x, every month he was in Portugal, he learned another 130 words. So 130x. Plus, he learned 150 words per month in Brazil. So we're going to say plus 150y. Okay. That has to equal the total number of words that he learned when he was in those countries. So it says that at the very end. In total, it's 1,920 words. All right. Okay. So there's a lot going on in this problem. He's living in Portugal. He's living in Brazil. So I had to call Portugal X and Brazil Y. The total amount of time he's in both of those countries has to add up to 14. So that's why you have this equation in red. Up above, this equation is the one where you put in how fast he's learning the words. So 130 words per month, so 130x. 150 words per month in the other country, so 150y. And then that equals the total number of words. So my graph is kind of okay. I kind of want to move it over a little bit, I think. But the solution is still in the same spot that it's always been in all of these other problems. So you don't have to worry about that changing on you. Sometimes you have to really zoom in to find it, but I think it's like right about here. Okay. So how many months did he live in each country? Well, if your answer is 9,5, remember what each coordinate went with. And it tells you on the X and Y axis too. X is the number of months in Portugal, so 9 months in Portugal. The Y axis is the number of months in Brazil, so 5 months in Brazil. So 9 months, 9 months in, not moths, months in Portugal, and 5 months in Brazil. Okay. All right. Good. Okay, once you have that, move on to slide 9. All right, so this is like super, super similar to slide 8, okay? So on slide 9, I think we got almost everybody there. Okay. All right, on slide 9, we're talking about the fair. The admission fee at a small fair is $1.50 for children and $4 for adults. On a certain day, 2,200 people enter the fair and $5,050 is collected. So we're going to do total number of people. You've got 2 different kinds of people getting into the fair. You've got children and you have adults. So call children X, call adults Y. When you add them together, it's going to be X plus Y equals, so now we got to go back to the problem and find like the total number of people that went to the fair. So it looks like it was 2,200 people. So that's where you put that number. Okay, so X plus Y equals 2,200. Now the second equation has to deal with the money. So this is where you put the ticket price in for each type of, like whether it's a child or whether it's an adult. So children get in for $1.50. So you're going to put 1.50 times X plus adults get in for $4. So 4 times Y equals, what's it going to equal? has to equal the total amount of money that was collected for the tickets that day, which they give us in the problem is $5,050. Okay. All right. So now the solution is where they intersect. So we got to find that spot right there. Looks like 1,500 comma 700. How many children? How many adults? So the X is the kids. So 1,500 children. And the Y coordinate is the adults. 700 adults.
What's that, Gotti?
Yes, sir.
I wrote the same thing you did. My lines look different than yours did. Like they're in different places.
Really? Your lines look the same to me. I can see your lines.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
just half screen. I don't know.
Maybe yours is just zoomed or something in a different spot, but yeah, you did. I can see what you have on your screen right now. It's good. Click on that little intersection point, see if you get the same thing that I get. It just might be zoomed in at a different spot.
I got 1320 and 880.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see. I wonder why that's coming up like that. Let's see. You're right. X plus Y 2,200. Oh, I see it. All right. So look at your equation with your second equation, your green one. It should equal 5050. You've got 5,500. That'll fit. There you go.
It still looks different on my screen.
Click on that little point there. It should be correct.
It says 152680.
Well, you got to make it equal 5050. You got 5,000. Put another little 5 in there. 5050.
Okay, it says 1500 and then 700.
Now you're good?
If that's what your
Yep.
thing is, what they mean.
Yep, that's correct.
All right.
All right, cool. All right, when you're all set, move to slide 10. Okie doke. So the state fair is a popular field trip destination. This year, the senior class at high school A and the senior class at high school B both planned trips there. The senior class at high school A rented and filled 8 vans and 8 buses. Okay, 8 vans and 8 buses with 240 students. High school B rented and filled 4 vans and 1 bus with 54 students. Every van had the same number of students in it as did the buses. Okay. All right, so here we go. So we got 2 different kinds of vehicles here. We got vans and we have buses. So let X be vans and let Y be buses. We can't use like V and B because Desmos won't graph stuff for us with other letters. So we got to stick with X and Y. So X is vans, Y is buses. So high school A, 8 vans, 8 buses, 240 kids. So this is how that's going to look. 8X plus 8Y equals 240. Okay. All right. High school B, 4 vans, 1 bus, 54 kids. So 4X plus 1Y, or you can just type a Y if you want to, equals 54. You should have a system. Find where they intersect, and then type in line 7 down here how many kids are on each van and each bus. So right about there, I'm getting 8 comma 22. Hopefully y'all are getting the same. Be super careful with how you type your equations, right? So that means the X is vans. That's down here on the X-axis. So 8 students in a van. And then what was the other number there? 22. 22 students on a bus. All right. Once you have that,
At this time,
move to the next slide.
Please report to the auditorium. All students, last name W through Z, please report to the auditorium.
Alrighty, so Matt and Ming are selling fruit for a school fundraiser. Customers can buy small boxes of oranges and large boxes of oranges. Matt sold 3 small boxes of oranges and 14 large boxes of oranges for a total of $203. Ming sold 11 small boxes of oranges and 11 large boxes of oranges for a total of $220. So here we go. Small box, we'll call that X. Large box is Y. So if Matt sold 3 small and 14 large, that's going to be 3X plus 14Y. And that's going to equal Matt's total sales, which was $203. Very good. Good. I see a lot of them popping up. All right. Good. All right. Now Ming's sales. So 11 small, so 11X plus 11 large, so 11Y equals $220. You should see your green line. And I'm seeing them coming. Good, nice. Just be super careful the way you type it, so that way you get the correct line. And then find the solution. The solution is where they cross. So let's see. I see everybody kind of getting, yeah, the same thing, 7, 13. So the 7 represents down here on the x-axis, that's the small box, how much a small box costs, okay? And then the 13 represents how much a large box costs. So you will say $7 for a small box and 11, wait, was it 11? I can't remember what the word what it was. 11? 13, not 11. And $13 for a large box. Okay. All right, you're doing a good job hanging in there. We got 2 slides left. Let's go to slide 12. Abby bought 2 slices of pizza and 3 bottles of water for $7.25. Cameron bought 4 slices of pizza and 1 bottle of water for $8.25. So pizza is X, water is Y. So pizza, X, water, Y. So Abby bought 2 slices of pizza. So we're gonna go 2X, 2 slices of pizza, plus 3 bottles of water. So 3Y. And she spent equals $7.25. Cameron bought 4 slices of pizza, so 4X, and 1 bottle of water, 1Y, and they spent $8.25. So you should see a system. They are going to intersect at a certain spot. Good. Make sure you get your green line there. So the X coordinate represents how much a slice of pizza costs. So $1.75 for a slice of pizza and $1.25 for a bottle of water. All right. Okay, good. Slide 13. This is the last one. Lucky 13. Okay, a sports equipment store is having a sale on soccer balls. A soccer coach purchases 10 soccer balls and 2 soccer ball bags for $155. Another soccer coach purchases 12 soccer balls and 3 soccer bags for $189. Make the equations. So we got soccer balls, soccer bags. So X and Y, right? So 10 soccer balls will be 10X plus 2 soccer ball bags would be 2Y equals, how much money did he spend there? 155 bucks. So equals 155. And that does not even show up on my screen. So that means we have to hit the minus sign here and zoom out till it shows up. There we go. All right, underneath it, another soccer coach does 12 soccer balls, so 12X plus 3 soccer ball bags, so 3Y, and that equals what he spent, $189. Okay, well, this is quite the skinny graph here, huh? Goodness, anybody get where they intersect? Hopefully it's like somewhere in here. Huh. Wonder what happens if I like zoom in, if it gets worse or if it gets better. I'm getting like 14.5. That's kind of weird. Well, I guess that makes sense because this, all right, so this doesn't actually, it's not how many balls, it's how much one costs. So 14.5 comma 5. It looks like you all are getting that too, from what I can see on your screens. Yeah, they were so skinny. It's hard to like find them. Okay, so 14.5. So 14.5 means it costs $14.50 for a soccer ball. And the other point there, the 5, it costs $5 for a soccer ball bag. All right. All right. Well, that was pretty good. Thanks for sticking with me through all of this. I hope it helps you and I hope it makes the homework super easy. The homework is going to be a lot like these last few slides, okay? So while it's only 5 questions, while you're doing the homework, have the Desmos activity up so that you can kind of like model your stuff just like what we just did together as a class. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Send me a message and I'll help you out the best that I can.